Welcome to Can't Fit Tips. I got a tip from Can't Fit for you. Now, we're calling this thing A Billion Sales to Your Rescue. What you're getting ready to learn today is that there are billions of cells floating around in this mind of yours, and they actually want to help you win. That's the way it works. So this is how the brain works. So just imagine this is your brain. Don't worry about the size or shape of it. It's fine. It's a normal brain. Now every time you have a thought, it forms a cell. And the more thoughts you have along that same line of thoughts, it forms these things called bundles, right? And so this is how memory is formed. So every time you think about something, so when you study, you say you're studying, let's say you're learning how to drive a stick shift for the first time. The first time you get inside the stick shift, you get in there and it's shaking, and you can't even get out of the driveway, right? But the more you keep practicing, the more you keep driving that stick shift, the more cells formulate around that thought. And before you know it, in 2 weeks, you get inside the car and you start driving. You don't even think about the fact you're driving a stick shift. Why? Because you had enough cells that formed memory. And so these cells now embody that thought. And so this is how you grow. This is how you learn. It works the same way with negativity, positivity. Whatever you think about long enough, it begins to formulate cells. So how can you have a billion cells to your rescue? Well, think about this. What do you want to have happen in your life? In a positive thing. What do you want to do? Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to find a husband or a wife. Whatever it may be. The more you think about that particular thing in a positive way, the more positive cells will be born. And every time you have one thought, it impregnates another thought, and another thought, and more cells, and more cells. And the more you accumulate cells, the more you accumulate thought, the more you accumulate growth. So you can actually have your cells working for you. The unfortunate thing is, some people stay so far deep in negativity, all they wake up in negativity every day. They walk in negativity. They live in negativity. You ever meet somebody, every time you talk to them, they're going through something. Like, you know, you can count on both hands, all fingers, 10 times out of 10 times, they're going to have something going wrong in their life. The reason for that is because they project it. Whatever you think about expands. Whatever you think about expands. So once you think about what you're thinking about, the next time you're thinking about, next time you're going through something negative, think about what you're thinking about. And then take those thoughts captive. And realize that you have the power to have your cells working for you. So I'm going to focus on starting this business and making $1 million this year. So what's going to happen is I'm going to keep on thinking about that. I'm going to keep on doing things in that category. More cells are going to form. More thoughts are going to form. More actions are going to form around that. I'm going to attract more people to me. More resources, more circumstances are all going to be built off the thought that I want to start a business and make $1 million this year. This is the way it works. So you can have your cells working for you or working against you. Remember, whatever you think about expands. So think about what you're thinking about when you think about it. Think about that.